Very briefly, what is a Pokemon Nuzlocke? It's a fan-made way to play Pokemon. 3 major rules. Rule number 1, every new route or area you go to, you can only catch the first Pokemon you encounter. If you kill it, you're out of luck. Rule number 2, every Pokemon you catch, you have to give a nickname to. This is to help grow your bond and connection with all of your Pokemon, and a bond that adds stakes to rule number 3, which is whenever a Pokemon faints, it's dead. No revive, no Poke Center, they are gone and you cannot use them. So this adds stakes to every battle, every status effect. You have to play carefully or risk losing your favorite Pokemon. Now, this is my 3rd time doing a Nuzlocke. I took a trip through Kanto and a trip through Johto, each having different results.
That's wrapped. It's over.
Yep, it's over.
Yeah. Oh, you lost?
Yes.
Oh.
Finally, I just needed one hit, and it one-hit it. It one-shot it.
Is that it?
Yes!
Woo-hoo! We did it.
I have theatrics when we're done, but... and check out both of those Nuzlocke recaps. They're great videos. But now, it's time for me to take my journey through Hoenn, playing through Pokemon Ruby. And while I go through Ruby, my friend is playing Sapphire, as we've been doing these Nuzlockes together. Not a soul link, just Nuzlocking separately, but, you know, on a call, going through the story beats at the same time. But now let's get in to my 3rd Nuzlocke. So to start my journey, I showcase my graveyard of Pokemon for my first 2 Nuzlockes, swearing to not add too many of them. I had 13 die on one lock, 14 in another, so I set the line at 11.5 Pokemon to die in this lock. Place your bet now, over or under 11.5 Pokemon dying in this lock. I, of course, took the under. I think I've gotten better. So we start the game and get greeted by Professor Birch. I name my character Braden, super creative, and start our journey in Little Root, with our player having just moved to town. With our player just shoved in the back of a moving van, my headcanon is that our mom is abusive, and us being Pokemon trainers is actually a reprieve. But anyways, I go next door and meet our next door neighbor and rival, Gabe. They claim to want to be friends, but I do not trust them. But I follow him to meet his dad, the professor from earlier, Professor Birch, who is getting hounded by a Poochyena. And it's time to pick our starter. Except, we're not actually picking. We're doing a random number generator, and there's a lot riding on this roll, as my least favorite Pokemon of all time is one of the Hoenn starters. Under no circumstances do I want Torchic. I fucking hate Torchic. It is my least favorite Pokemon of all time. When I was a kid, I booted up Pokemon Emerald, excited to see what the fire starter was, as I was a fire starter lover as a child. And when I saw Torchic, I was so disappointed. The most upset I've been with Pokemon ever. It turned me off the franchise for a couple years, till I eventually came back. So safe to say, I really don't want Torchic. So there's a lot of stakes on this spin. So 1 is Trico, 2 is Torchic, and 3 is Mudkip. So I spin the number generator, and... oh, thank God. It's Trico. Well, it should have been. I guess there was something wrong with my monitor, and I could not see the 1 on my screen. So I spun again, not realizing it was my monitor's fault. So I got a 3. Cool. Mudkip it is. But obviously I still didn't see it, so I went to another website for the spin. This is the real final spin, and... fuck me! I should have had a Trico, but instead, I am now shackled with the worst Pokemon of all time. And to be clear, it is specifically Torchic. I have no ill will towards Combuskin. I like that he looks like a penis, And Blaziken is obviously super cool. So I just need to hurry up and train this thing. But I gotta move on and continue this journey. But my god, is it off to a terrible fucking start. So I save Birch, and he takes me back to his lab and lets me keep this piece of shit. So now I get to name my Torchic, and for this, me and my friend, we name each other's Pokemon. So he has me name my Torchic Mudkip. Okay, a cruel joke on what could have been. But now I finally venture out to the town and start training up Mudkip. While out in the grass, I bump into Gabe, my rival, and we have our first battle. My Mudkip versus his Mudkip. Well, I beat his ass and then run back home to Little Root and bump into Gabe again. And he takes me back to the lab and we get the Pokedex. A useless item in a Nuzlocke, to say the least. I am not going to be catching them all. And we get Pokeballs, which actually officially starts the lock. So we have a conversation with our mom, and she gives us running shoes. Thankfully, we got them early in this game. And we start off the Pokemon Gym Challenge, a quest to get all 8 badges. Challenge the Pokemon League, all in a bid to become champion and beat this Nuzlocke. A harder task, given I'll be starting with a handicap. But we'll make it work, and we venture towards the first gym. I jump up into my first route and patch of grass and get my first encounter, a Zigzagoon. I catch them quickly and name them Ziggy S. I stock up on supplies and bounce over to another patch of grass and catch me a Poochyena, naming them Gregory. And then find a Wurple, name her Ginger. The team is already kind of starting to round out, filling up, and I'm sure that these are going to be long-lasting and permanent members. Then, since I'm a bit of a scaredy cat, I quickly jumped to a quick grinding session. I then make it over to Petalburg and visit the greatest villain in the game, my father. Where he is while Mom and me were moving boxes because he dragged us over here to move. He's just standing in his gym, not doing anything. And instead of having a serious conversation, he makes me take this stupid kid Wally out to catch his first Pokemon. Which I do, and the kid catches a fucking Ralts. Where was this for me? But then my father essentially tells me to fuck off and go to a different gym, telling me to go to Rustboro City and challenge the gym leader there. So then I go off to the next route, and Wingull is my next catch, and I name them Flintstone. Probably the first Pokemon I'm like really excited to have on the team. Love Pelipper. Then in the woods, I get blessed with a Shroomish, and I name them Daisy. Giving my team 6 members, and man, Breloom is one of my favorite Pokemon ever. Cannot wait to definitely have this thing on the team. Then, while I was in those woods, I had my first run-in with Team Magma, who was attacking some guy in the woods. So I come in clutch and save this loser's life. He thanks me and runs off, saying that Team Magma is going to do something in Rustboro. Conveniently, the place I'm headed to right now. And while I'm doing my own thing, my friend Jacob traded his Slack off for a Makuhita that does not listen to him.
Wait, oh my god, Makuhita is loafing around because it's a trade it's a trade Pokemon? Are you serious?
Oh, he ain't listening to you like that?
Yeah, once he hits level 11, he's like, nah, fuck you, bro. Are we serious?
So after a couple more fights in the woods, and evolving my Wurmple to a Silcoon, I made it to Rustboro City. I then head to a route next to town, mindlessly fighting and accidentally killing my encounter, Tailo. I could have had a flyer, I could have had a little better Pokemon, more type variety, but I have to move on. I then head to Rust Turf Tunnel, and then kill my Whismur encounter by accident. Man, I have got to stop doing that so I can get a better team built. But there's nothing else story-wise to do, so I start grinding again. This grind yielded me a Silcoon evolution into Beautifly. And most importantly, Torchic is fucking gone, ladies and gentlemen, as it is now evolved into a Combuskin. Thank you, God, that bozo is off my fucking team. But with an upgraded team, then I decided to go to Rustboro City Gym. Firstly, making my way through all the weak trainers in the building. Seeing that the gym is a rock-type gym kind of means my best Pokemon Mudkip, the Combuskin, is not going to be too useful in this gym since rock is strong against fire types. I'll have to see if the rest of the team is up to the task. So, to take on Roxanne, the rock-type gym leader of Rustboro City, the first gym in the game, this is setting the tone. I come in with Gregory the Poochyena, Daisy the Shroomish, Flintstone the Wingull, Ziggy S the Zigzagoon, Ginger the Beautifly, and obviously, Mudkip the Combuskin. So, things might get rocky, but I start the fight against Roxanne. She starts with a strong Geodude, Flintstoned, then her ace Nose Pass, and I bring out Daisy the Shroomish. I start off with a Mega Drain, not doing as much damage as I would have liked, but thankfully her Rock Tomb misses. So I Leech Seed the Nose Pass, then her Rock Tomb lands and crits and drops my speed. But then I get some health back thanks to the Leech Seed, but then she lands a Rock Throw, as her Nose Pass now goes first. So I Mega Drain back some health and some more with the Leech Seed. With her Nose Pass now down in the red, she uses a potion. So I Mega Drain, Leech Seeding again, bringing her back to red. She uses another potion. Repeat the Mega and Leech, which does bring Daisy to full health. She lands a Rock Throw, but with no more potions left, I do one last Mega Drain to take down her Nose Pass and beat Roxanne, earning myself the Stone Badge, as well as the TM for Rock Tomb. With the boulder no longer blocking the path, we move forward towards the next gym challenge. As soon as I step out, the guy I saved from Team Magma in the woods before is once again being antagonized by them. This time, they successfully stole whatever important item he had, and they've gotten away. For now. So I talk to the loser who keeps getting his ass beat, and he tasks us with getting the Devon goods back. And it seems the Magma Grunt ran off into the tunnel from earlier and has a Wingull on his head. So, funnily enough, in battle, I defeat the Magma Grunt's Poochyena with my own Wingull. So, we get the Devon goods back, the Grunt runs away, and then this random Wingull named Pico, has its older owner come running in and getting him back. This older man is a ship captain that says we can use his ship at some point. And then we find out that after getting the first gym badge, Jacob's Makuhita still isn't listening to him.
I would hope so, just given that he's a single stager. Or he gets two stager.
Oh, I forgot it doesn't listen to me. Wait, what? Why doesn't it listen to me? I just want a gym. I got the badge.
Damn, he still doesn't listen?
Wait a minute, huh?
Do you need 2 badges for his level?
Are we fucking serious?
You not listening?
There's no shot, dude.
Dude, you gotta put belt to ass.
Who the fuck do you think you're talking to, mister?
But I then bring back the Devon goods item to the guy that got robbed. And the president of Devon Corporation thanked me and then tasked me with bringing the Devon goods to Slateport for the shipyard and gave me a Pokenav, which has the map of Hoenn. So I start venturing out, but not before getting cut from barging into a random house in the city. And then as I'm out and about, I pressed some random ass button and lost all of my progress from that stream.
Yeah, dark is fucked out here.
I think I don't know what just happened. I accidentally closed the game without saving.
Oh no!
Yeah, I just like I pressed the Z and X, which are the freaking A, like the A and B buttons on here, and it just like closed the fucking game.
Damn.
Yeah, I just lost all the progress from this.
No, that's not ideal.
No, it's not at all.
Oh, yeah, that was fun. I was brought to right before the Roxanne fight, actually losing the grinding I had done beforehand. So I redo all of it. Cool. I do it all very enthusiastically. But I did it, and then I bump into Gabe on my way out of Rustboro. And his bitch ass was not ready for a fight. But then I go to the old man I met earlier, and he takes me off to Dewford. And then he says I'm taking the letter to some random dude named Steven. I guess the president of Devon wanted me to do that too. But honestly, I must have read over that because I don't remember hearing that. I did not catch that at all. But I'm now in Dewford and also snagged an old rod, which I used to get a carp named Big Dog, and throw that bitch in the PC. No water type is going to be better than my goat, Flintstone the Wingle. I then go through Granite Cave looking for Steven and get Flash, my least favorite HM, because this thing should never need to be used, as they just force us into dark fuck-ass caves. But anyways, I then get a Makuhita and name her Rhonda. But since I have a Combuskin and hopefully a Breloom soon, I don't need another fighting type. So I once again go grinding. Boy, do I love. I also ran polls while I was doing the streams. One of them I was asking if Pokemon was better in 2D or in 3D. Comment your opinion down below. But these polls always seem to end with 2D winning. But then I was ready to take on the next gym challenge. Hopefully, I'm ready to put up a fight. Yeah? So, to take on Brawly, the fighting type gym leader of Dewford Town, I brought Ginger the Beautifly, Ziggy S the Zigzagoon, Gregory the Poochyena, Daisy the Shroomish, Flintstone the Wingle, and obviously Mudkip the Combuskin. With this fight, me really only bringing in two and a half usable Pokemon. So the first fight is the Machop versus my Flintstone. And I just got a crit on my wing attack, so it was gone immediately. Then Brawly sent out his final Pokemon, his Makuhita. And my Flintstone crit and wing attacked them, taking them out in one hit. What a absolute monster performance from Flintstone.
No reaction.
This Wingle is staying on till the end. This is the final team member. So with that, the easiest gym fight you'll ever see, we earned the Knuckle Badge, and then pulled a full card after the gym fight, which normally I open a pack to start my Pokemon streams and end them, but now that means I continue this journey. So one thing that new gym badge lets us do is use Flash outside of battle. So now I can finally explore the cave in Dewford better, which while doing so, I fucked up some Taco Bell. But then I found the random guy named Steven and delivered him that letter. And he just hands me a TM for Stillwing. And he said I could be champion one day. How the fuck would you know? But I'm done in Dewford and finally sail off to Slateport with the old man we met before. So I stormed the beach at Slateport, got some soda pops. I get into the actual town and see some bad hombres standing menacingly outside a building. He's just standing there, menacingly. And I don't really know what to do, so I just head north of town, getting myself an Electrike, naming her Janice, and swapping out Ziggy S. Then I saw that I was trapped from moving forward by even more Magma Grunts. So I got a tip from my friend Jacob that I had to deliver the Devon goods. So I go one place, whoever I need to give them to is not there, but somehow that triggers the Magma Grunts to be gone. something I didn't even notice.
Now the magma grunts will be inside the building they were blocking off earlier. Now go in that building and go to the top floor. You'll find Stern.
Oh yeah, I totally didn't even register that they weren't here anymore. I just ran right by them.
So I give the Devon goods to Stern. Apparently there are some parts that are going to help some people go off on an expedition. So the magma grunts try to take the parts from me and Stern, but I smack them around. But then their boss comes up, and we meet Maxie, the leader of Team Magma, for the first time. And he uses some interesting language.
And you simps?
Is that the word that was used?
Deadass! And you simps are held up by a mere child.
But Team Magma leaves, and Stern is able to start building a submarine. And I can finally continue my journey in looking for the third Pokemon gym. With a quick grind. This time the grind did result in me finally evolving my Shroomish Daisy into a Breloom. A top 10, probably top 7, maybe top 5, I don't know, it's high up there, Pokemon for me. Then Gregory the Poochyena turned into a Mightyena. What a massive boost for this team. But then I needed to teach Cut to a Pokemon as I boxed my Zigzagoon that knew Cut, and, well, the choices weren't good. So I decided to teach Cut to my Breloom, which pissed some people off as they said I nerfed my Breloom. Fucking relax. I did also snag a Tentacool I really never want to use, but I name it Dave and throw it in a box. But then, while walking around, I had a run-in with Gabe. Fucking hate this guy. But this time, he's not bitching out, and we fight. They start with the Shroomish, and me, Gregory, the Mightyena. But I decided to switch into Mudkip, who lands in Ember. But then Gabe switches to Marshtomp. So I bring out my new Breloom. They are fucked. I Leech Seed and one Mega Drain, and their best Pokemon is gone. So they go Numble, and I go Flintstone, who one-shot them. The one-shot king. So the hurt Shroomish comes out, and I have Flintstone wing attack that thing to death, making me victorious over the evil. And they give me the item finder. Then tell me I need to train harder when I won the fight. But they run off and keep going, and I make my way to Mauville City. And I'm greeted by Wally, the kid I helped catch a Pokemon a while back. Wally wants to challenge the gym, but his hating-ass uncle says he's not ready for that. So Wally tries to prove himself against me. He still only has the Ralts and has not caught a single other Pokemon. So I paralyze it with Janice and then bite it to death with Mightyena. Yeah, Wally realizes he is not built for this and runs home. Like a bitch. But now I'm in Mawile, and I'm working my way through all the trainers in it, which was an electrifying experience. But now I'm ready for the next gym. What happens might shock you. So, to take on Watson, the electric-type gym leader of Mauville City, I bring Ginger the Beautifly, Flintstone the Wingull, Janice the Electrike, Gregory the Mightyena, Daisy the Breloom, and obviously, Mudkip the Combuskin. So, the battle starts with my Breloom versus his Magnemite. I Mach Punch the Magnemite off the face of the earth. One hit. That wasn't made obvious. Then he sends out a Voltorb, which sparks, not doing much damage, but does put himself to sleep. Then I Leech Seed him, Mega Drain crit, and then Watson uses a potion on him. So I then cut him to death regardless. And then Watson sends out his ace, his Magneton. Daisy uses Mach Punch, taking out half of Magneton's health. Magneton Thunder Waves, paralyzing Daisy. But it means nothing, as Daisy uses one more Mach Punch and takes down the Magneton. That's right, my beautiful Daisy just swept the entire gym all by herself. You fucking go, girl. This gave us the Dynamo badge and a TM for Shockwave. We are blasting through the game now, and we keep the fucking journey going. While in Mauville, I head to the bike shop and get the mock bike for free as a promotional thing. I get the HM Rock Smash and start continuing on my journey, which causes me to go onto the bike path, letting me really take my mock bike out for a real spin. I actually don't know how to ride a bike in real life. Never learned. But while on this journey, I start to get a little annoyed by a certain status condition.
Yeah, he should read before he chooses to stay in a battle.
Oh my god.
Can we remove confusion from the fucking game of Pokemon? Nobody's dead, but like, damn.
I snag a Roselia and name him Ross, and put them in exchange for the Beautifly. I then fight a family in their house called...
It's called the Winstraits house. It's a good house. I recommend it. It's a good house. It's a perfectly fine house.
Went
One
straight
of the
to
best
this
houses.
dick.
Yeah, there's children in that house.
I wind up in Verdanturf and meet Wally again. This loser needs to give up on his journey. He can't touch me. I then have to go through another fucking tunnel. Actually, it turns out it's the same one from earlier in the game. But I get the HM Strength while I'm in there. But I also then snag a Geodude and name her Gaia, who I decided to put in the team, swapping out the Roselia that just got put in. And so far in this journey, me and Jacob have not had any losses yet this game. And well, that finally changed for one of us. The Hollywood Hulk.
That was my... Oh, no!
What happened? Please be the first death. 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 Please be the
Okay,
first death.
there's a trainer. There's a trainer on this route with all the soot on it. Right? You're gonna see a route where the grass has soot in it. There's a ninja that I'm fighting. Right?
Mhm.
They have a coughing.
Yes, sir.
Full health. Self-destruct. Obliterated my Electrike.
Dead?
Just... Oh, yeah, it's gone.
Yes! Yes, I didn't get the first death this time. Fuck. So there's a ninja I gotta avoid.
You know, I shouldn't have told you about it. You're over here celebrating. I should have let you get
Hell
obliterated.
yeah, I'm celebrating. Hell yeah, I'm
I
celebrating.
should have let you fucking die to this
Oh.
thing. Oh my god, he's got more coughings. No! Oh wait, fuck! It says levitate, dude. Okay, I gotta use my Hariyama because
You gotta get the fuck out of there.
But now I need to keep an eye out for a ninja and absolutely avoid them at all costs. But then I snag a Numble and name her Pompeii, and then I talk about my Geodude earning their place on this team.
just don't bother triggering that one because that first coughing will use self-destruct. Or toss out the Geodude, I guess it should eat it, but still.
Well, that's just getting thrown out first, anyways. Fuck it.
Oh, yeah,
Fuck
fair
it.
enough.
That's gonna be his test if he lives or not. If he's on this team or not.
I then stumble into a new route, which looks a little weird, but grab Spinda and name her Looney. And then I thought I was getting a Pokeball, but it was the ninja I was warned about. The coughing self-destructs. But my Geodude eats that shit. We're all good. Then he throws out another coughing.
Oh my god. You gotta be kidding me.
A fucking crit on a self-destruct? Are you kidding me? I cannot believe my fucking luck. My first death of the lock. Rest in peace, Gaia, the Geodude. You will be missed. But I decided to call my friend and tell him of my misfortune. Hey, buddy.
Yo, what's up?
Alright, so they can hear you on stream. I lost a Pokemon to that same exact ninja.
How did you fight them? How did you fight the ninja?
What do you mean, how did I fight them?
Why didn't you just avoid them?
Cause I thought with Geodude, I could handle it. And what happened was, I accidentally stumbled. Cause I remember I listened to you when you said where he was, but for some reason when I saw him, I thought he was like a hidden Pokeball. So I went to go interact with him, and then he jumped out, and I went, "Oh shit, this is what he was talking about."
That'd be the ninja.
But while I was scared, I managed to lock in and beat the rest of the Coughings without losing any of my Pokemon. But yeah, I go to the next town over and give a eulogy for Gaia.
Perfect time the music changed. I'm very sorry. My negligence got you killed. I mocked the loss a friend of mine had. He warned me, yet I did not listen. You weren't 100% in that battle when you took that hit. I pushed you too hard. I didn't play it safe. And because of that, you lost your life. The first Pokemon to lose their life. This Nuzlocke. I won't forget this. And I promise to learn from it and prevent this box from filling up. I pray you're the only one to have to be put here, but I know that's not realistic. But I'll do my best to do that, because it's what you deserve. Thank you, Gaia. Gone too soon. Gone way too soon.
I decided to do a death box for this lock, and right now I'm going around with 5 Pokemon. Not sure why I'm doing that, but whatever. I head over to a little hut with a door to a big tunnel and get told to go wander through a sandstorm to get a fossil. That doesn't sound too fun. Then I start the next stream with my chat telling me what I could have done to save my Geodude.
Why do y'all think that's a good idea? To tell me, like, oh, they could have lived. They could have lived. They could have lived. They didn't. So why are we reliving the past when we could be moving forward to the future? I just showed you what we have now. I showed you I started off talking about the past. I recapped our present. I'm ready to start moving on to the future. We don't need to keep. All right. He got it. He got her. She got her send off. You don't got to tell me what could have been. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. I want her bad because she looked like Houlda. We're gonna continue. Rest in peace. But that's it. End of conversation. No more what could have been. Fuck Tentacool.
But then I keep trudging along and finally evolved my Flintstone into a Pelipper and caught a Swablu and named him Manu. I then walk into a random house and meet Lynette, who I guess I met earlier. Actually, I don't remember meeting her. Sorry, girl. But she is the creator of the Pokemon computer storage system in this game. And her place is a mess. And I also can't actually access the storage system at her place. That's dumb. I then start going through Meteor Falls, hoping to progress the game, getting myself a Solrock named Jalen, who gets boxed. But while in the cave, I find Team Magma, doing some kind of circle jerk. But then another team shows themselves, as Team Aqua appears, and scares off the Team Magma grunts. We've got Team Magma, who apparently wants to expand the land on Earth, and Team Aqua working to stop them. I then meet a scientist who says he was captured by Team Magma and led them to some kind of meteorite. But then I get out of the cave, I realize I've looped all the way around back to Rustboro City, and now I don't know what to do. So I just stroll around, and apparently where some magma grunts were blocking before are now gone, which is allowing me to continue the game, to go up the mountain and see a bunch of magma and aqua grunts straight beefing. So I take out a bunch of magma grunts, then I'm faced with Team Magma's evil baddie. And apparently their plan is to erupt the volcano, which apparently this mountain is, and have the lava go everywhere and harden to grow the landmass. which, holy fuck, that's gonna kill everyone. And probably you, wouldn't it? You're right by where it would... Boom. The hell is this plan? So I get to scrapping with Maxie. He sends out Mightyena. I send out Swablu. So obviously I switch out immediately to Mudkip, who gets Sand Attack. He gets Bite Flinched. He misses his attack twice in a row. So I heal up Mudkip. I am like getting pretty fucking stressed, pretty pissed. And he gets Bite Flinched twice and misses a hit again. But Mudkip finally lands a double kick. And the Mightyena Sand Attacks again. Cool. And then Maxie heals it with a super potion. Even cooler. I land an Ember. More flinches and misses. I heal Mudkip. And then I finally land another double kick and take out the Mightyena. So now it's time for Camerupt. So I send out Flintstone. I take out the Camerupt pretty easily with some water guns. And finally, Maxie's Golbat. And I try to see if Manu can do anything. But they can't. So I just put in Janice, who sparks the Golbat to death. Finally defeating Maxie. So all of Team Magma flees, with the leader of Team Aqua gassing me up. And he dips as well. I then go down the mountain and catch a Machop and name him Hustle. And since I've got 2 fighting types already, I send them to the box. But then I climb on down to Lava Ridge, home of the next gym, where an old lady gave me an egg. So I just kind of ran around for a while trying to hatch it, and I bump into a trainer while trying to hatch my egg. And they have a ball toy, which uses self-destruct and takes out Manu, the terrible Pokemon that did nothing for me in battle and was leveling up insanely slow. So that all was for nothing. The egg hatches, and it's a Wynot, who I named James. James in the anime had a Wobbuffet, and James' voice actor had just passed away when this was streamed. So I then start going through the gym trainers at the local gym, with them bringing the fire. So I sneeze through those trainers and get ready to take on the gym leader here, where now I'm ready to bring the heat. So to take on Flannery, the fire-type gym leader of Lava Ridge, I bring Gregory the Mightyena, Janice the Electrike, Daisy the Breloom, Flintstone the Pelipper, and obviously Mudkip the Combusken. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's right. For some reason, I brought only 5 Pokemon into the gym battle. Why? Anyways, the battle starts off with her Slugma versus my Mudkip, who I quickly beat up with some double kicks and get Flannery to use a Hyper Potion on it. But then my Mudkip takes out her Slugma. And my friend who was playing lost his Mightyena during the fight.
Woke propaganda.
No!
What happened?
Oh my god, Overheat just fucking O-code my fucking Hariyama, dude.
Oh
my god.
Prompting me to say this.
Fuck.
Oh
Yeah,
my
Breloom's not
God.
touching the fucking field.
No, do not let Breloom
My
see the
MVP
field.
is not touching this fucking
Please.
field.
Do not let Breloom see the field.
Mightyena, you're dead before anyone else.
I'm like, what do you say fuck me for?
But then Flannery sends out another Slugma, who my Mudkip takes out even quicker than her first one. And then Flannery sends out her Torkoal, which at the same time, my friend loses his Loudred.
I just lost my Loudred, dude.
Whoa! We ran in too soon.
Meaning he has lost 2 Pokemon to Flannery's Torkoal. So now I'm terrified of what I'm about to fight. So my Mudkip does a double kick, which didn't do much. And the Torkoal hits my Mudkip with a critical hit body slam, almost killing my starter. Not the coolest thing in the world. So I immediately switch to Janice, who takes a body slam, but also almost dies. So I switch again. This time a Mightyena, who could take the body slam a little better than the others, but then the Torkoal unleashes an Overheat, killing Gregory the Mightyena. But if I want to avenge that loss, I can't mourn yet. So I put in Flintstone the Pelipper, hoping to take advantage of the Overheat cooldown. I use Water Gun a couple times, getting them in the red. But I get attracted, and Flannery uses a Hyper Potion. and now I'm really fucking scared. Then Torkoal uses Body Slam, which while didn't do much damage, it paralyzes my Pelipper. So now Flintstone is horny, but might not do anything. Same, twin. But now is not the time. So I have to see if my Pelipper will hit through the attraction and paralysis. And it did. Or it would have if it didn't miss. Fuck! I spammed some heals on the Pelipper and even one on Mudkip, and through the love immobilization, finally getting a water gun off. Oh, but man, it's not doing enough. My Pelipper tanks 2 overheats, making the Torkoal weak. So I just spam water guns and get it into the slightest sliver of red. So I switch to Mudkip. I take a flail, which fucks me. And now I'm in a predicament.
Yeah, no, you're good. Yeah,
all right,
no,
let me tell you the predicament I'm in.
Okay.
On the battlefield, Torkoal, the tiniest sliver of red.
Okay.
Then I had the other Pokemon, my Mudkip, who went in full health but just took a flail and is now at 10 HP.
Okay, you're gonna outspeed if it has a tiny sliver.
So I should be good.
So I double kick and take out the Torkoal, winning the gym battle. Oh, the hardest fight in the game so far. Hopefully staying that way. Earning the Heat Badge. But man, the cost was high. But we are now halfway through the gyms. So much behind us, but even more in front of us still. We keep going. As soon as I walk out of the gym, he runs up on me. Gabe. They don't want smoke and just hand me Go Goggles, which will let me walk through a sandstorm finally. So I regroup the team, throwing in Pompey the Numel and Hustle the Machop, hopefully boosting the strength of this team to survive going forward. But to get those 2 up to speed with the others, I gotta... And while I was grinding, this happened.
Spoink. Spoink. Sploink. Spoink. Splunk.
Oh, Spoink is psychic?
Oh my god! Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes, it's pure psychic, actually. It's nothing. Actually, it might be psychic normal. I think it's pure psychic, though. Yeah, if Spoink was made in future games, it would definitely be psychic normal, because they can't just let things be just their type. They have to, like, slap normal type on it to make sure they've done dual types with normal and everything else.
Fuck!
Alright. So, I quietly mourned my loss, not wanting to tell my friend out of shame. Then I also lost my Rock Smash user, so now I have to teach my Numel. I then grabbed a fossil from the sandstorm, gave it to a scientist, ran around the map till they were brought back to life. So I was able to add the Hand, the Anorith, to the team, and got back to grinding. Then, my friend made fun of a word slur that I didn't do.
I was like, why is my screen glitching? I forgot I had a poison Pokemon. They're good,
Why am
they're
I
good.
screen glitching? Why am I screen glitching? Sorry. I love you.
I said glitching correctly. I did fuck up on screen, though. My friend then started to suspect I lost a mod.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do another grind stream before we...
Oh, is that bad?
It's just shenanigans, you know, shit's taking forever.
I know it's a lot. What happened?
No, nothing
Who died?
happened. It just takes...
Okay. Okay, I thought somebody died.
No, I would never let a fucking Pokemon die.
Are you... Brayden, did somebody die?
No, did I say one died?
So at this point, my team is pretty underleveled, especially compared to my friend's team. And we know that the next gym is a tough one. So I grinded a bunch. And when I say a bunch, I mean I did 4 like off-stream grinding sessions, which I did still record in case anything happened, which boy did it. Since I was scared of 2 slackings that I knew the next gym had, I decided to grind my little boy parts off by getting my starter Mudkip all the way to level 36 and making them a Blaziken. I also made it back to Petalburg, where my dad's gym is. Made it through all the doors and the trainers in there, which, as crazy as this all is, I'm walking in there feeling pretty normal. Yeah, that one didn't. Sorry. So, to take on my father, who left me and my mother behind after being the one to move us into this god-forsaken region we call Hoenn, I brought the Hand the Anorith, Pompey the Nummel, Janice the Electrike, Flintstone the Pelipper, Daisy the Breloom, and obviously Mudkip the Blaziken. But man, am I scared of slacking thanks to their absurd base stat total.
But dude, I'm still fucking scared. I'm still really fucking... I mean, 670, like...
It can only attack every other turn, though, is the cool thing. And, like, he can't do shit, I don't think. Like, I don't think he can heal either. Like, I think it's just a straight-up recharge turn, so...
Yeah, but it's just like, holy shit, like, one fucking good hit.
Yeah, that's all it takes is the thing, so that's why I had to make sure.
Alright, but it's time to dog walk my father. So it's my Breloom versus Slacking, who, while I get 2 Mach Punches in, I do fall asleep to yawn. But I have the Slacking in red, so Norman uses a Hyper Potion, which is okay, I guess, with it being his first Slacking and not his second. I take a Facade while asleep, but do finally wake up and hit 2 Mach Punches, getting him to red again. But I fall asleep to another yawn. I do heal, but take another Facade. But my Breloom finally wakes up and takes down the first Slacking. So I switch in Mudkip as my father sends in Vigoroth. So I bulk up, take a Facade, and double kick the Vigoroth to death. Now it's time for the Slacking, who uses Focus Punch, but it doesn't matter, as thanks to that bulk up, I was able to use 1 double kick to take out the Slacking, defeating my piece of shit father. Thanks to a stat boosting move, something kid me would have never fucking done. But I earned the Balance Badge. Equal as all things should be. Proving that I am now the man in the family. But my father does say Wally's parents do want to give me something, so I go out of the gym and continue my adventure. So I head to the house next to the gym, talk to Wally's family, and acquire HM03. Ladies and gentlemen, we can now surf on our Pelipper. So surf around and get a good rod. Always love getting a better rod than I've had before. But I use the new rod I got to catch a Carvana and name him Carnite. But then as I move on my journey, Steven has a conversation with me. That is of no substance. He just asked me what I value as a trainer. Doesn't let me answer, and he just dips. But then I encounter a Tropius and accidentally kill it. No Tropius for me. I work my way through the next routes, evolving my Pompey into a Camerupt. I then find the Weather Institute, which has a bed for me to heal at. I'll take that. Then I dominate all the grunts that are taking up space in the building, getting them to leave. So, one of the scientists in the building gives me a cast form, which it doesn't let me name, unfortunately. But then after I leave the Weather Institute and continue on my journey, he comes up to me. He tracks me down. He forces me into a fight to see how strong my Pokemon are. Gabe. They get a good matchup as it's my Manectric into a Shroomish, so I switch to Pompey, and while they are using different status and multi-turn moves, I just Ember them down. But the Shroomish stacked enough moves to force me into switching to Mudkip and deleting that thing. The Shroomish is gone. So then the next fight is Flintstone versus Nummel. Nummel destroyed. The final matchup was Breloom versus Marshtomp. Once again, too easy as Breloom makes quick work of the Marshtomp. So Gabe flees, but not before checking my relationship with my mother. Hey Gabe, fuck you. But then I make it to Fortree City, home of the next gym, although there's something blocking the way to it. I venture a little out of town and catch an Oddish, naming it Pib Extra, continuing a honored tradition on this channel. I then bump into Steven again, who gives me the Devon scope, which now grants me the ability to see what invisible creatures have been blocking the way. Kecleons. So I fight the first one I see, catch him, and name it Geico. And now after fighting another Kecleon in front of the Four Trees City Gym, I now enter the building, struggling a tad extra with the puzzles here. Ah, fuck. Did I just trap myself? Hold on.
He doinked! He doinked it!
Why am I tripping right now? Dude, am I tweaking? What the fuck? Why am I having such a hard time? There it goes. That's gotta be it. Jesus Christ, that took me way too long. I defeat the trainers and I'm already ready to earn my next gym badge. I'm just flying through this. Alright, so it's time to get the 6th gym badge. For this fight, I brought Janice the Manectric, Flintstone the Pelipper, Pompey the Camerupt, the Hand the Anorith, Daisy the Breloom, and obviously, Mudkip the Blaziken. So, the fight starts off with her Swellow versus my Janice. The Swellow double teamed, and my Manectric misses a Spark. So after taking a quick attack, I one-shot the Swellow with a Shockwave. Next fight is her Altaria versus my Flintstone, who she paralyzes with a Dragon Breath, and I bring to red with an Ice Beam. But she then heals with a Hyper Potion, so I Ice Beam again and get a critical hit on the Altaria, taking it out. Next fight in this battle is Janice versus a Pelipper. So I just use a Spark, one-hitting the Pelipper. The final duel. Mudkip versus Skarmory. Yeah, I just pop an Overheat and obliterate the Skarmory. Boy, that was a fucking breeze. We got the Feather Badge, joining a nice collection of badges that we've gotten so far. That was light work, man. Hopefully everything stays this easy. I heal up and get ready to venture on. The rest of this video I did record already and accidentally deleted it. Yay. But let's get back going on this great journey. Oh! I started out leaving the towns and immediately encountered a Pokemon trainer who had a demon of a Milotic.
This is the one time I've never had a grass type, and it's not fun when you encounter a Milotic.
Oh, that's yeah. I'm fighting one right now. But
well, I had
I don't have any
but
good grass moves.
It fucking died to an explosion, so you know, shit happened.
Shit do happen. That is true.
Shit do be happening.
Recover? You are such a
That's what
bitch.
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, bro.
Massive bitch. Take this. Yeah. Okay, I didn't.
Oh, is this a new route? No, it's oddish anyway. So
I need to get a crit
no, this is
on
not
like a Mega
route.
Drain.
This is the same route. This is the same route. I got the same food.
Confusion?
Same utensils. That's what I'm saying.
Full
bro.
restore from the trainer.
Oh damn! I didn't
My
get that
Milotic
far.
fucking sucks.
Lotad. I wish I would have had one of those. Man, if I had gotten the goddamn Lotad in the beginning of the game, I wouldn't have been in this situation. You best believe. Oh my god.
Kill it. Finally. Fuck.
On the journey, I catch a Duskull and name them Hartley. They're in the PC, but they are definitely the next man up if we lose another Pokemon. Which, we're not gonna do, right? I found the Safari Zone, but since I don't have a Pokeblock case, I can't go in, which is lame as hell. Just let me in there, let me fail my Safari Zone encounter like I do in every Nuzlocke, but no, I just go on. Disappointed, but find my way to Lily Cove, and see there's a bunch of magma grunts running around. So I just kind of walk around the city lost and confused. I see an empty museum, but then swim off the coast and find the magma hideout. And they just tell me to leave. And I do, like a good boy. I would not let that disrespect happen, and I'm gonna sound like a Gen 1er here. Red's not letting that shit slide either. But whatever, I decide to fish off the coast of Lily Cove, and I have a pretty good time doing so.
I'm pressing it! What the fuck is happening? Just realized the music stopped. It's been in a fucking dead silence as I've been fishing.
But now that I've found the submarine, I think now I'm supposed to go to the cave in the cove.
How is he getting away? How is he getting away?
I finally encounter a Whalmer and name her Bertha. But thanks to some directions from a friend, I swim down to Mount Pyre, which is the game's graveyard. A lot of Pokemon games just seem to have graveyards in them. But I climb my way up the mountain, and as the clouds set in, I see a little flicker of a flame. A Vulpix, which I managed to catch and name Danny. But as I go further up the mountain, which is supposed to be a sacred place, I see magma grunts working some nefarious scheme at the temple located on top of this mountain. I dispatch of the grunts, but then I see Maxie, the leader, has stolen a blue orb from this place, hoping to do something disgusting with it. He flees, but the old couple operating Mount Pyre gives me the red orb. And then the old man tells me a tale of a Pokemon of the sea creating the ocean, and a Pokemon of the earth creating the land, and how these Pokemon had clashed, and these orbs could control them. So then I start making my way down the mountain, and in the actual graveyard sections of the mountain, I'm getting challenged by trainers into Pokemon battles. Guys, this feels really disrespectful. Maybe we could do this, I don't know, literally anywhere else. But eventually I get out of Mount Pyre, so I go back to Lily Cove thinking I can go through the cave now. But I can't. So I run back off to Slateport and track down Maxie, but he gets away stealing a submarine. So now I go back to Lily Cove, and now I can finally go through the cave there. And while walking around there, I see a Pokeball lying on the ground, and I found the fucking Master Ball. Are you kidding me? They just left this laying here? Why wouldn't Maxie keep that thing on him at all times? But their stupidity is my game. I wonder what I'm going to use this thing on. But I head back to Lily Cove, and I decide it's time to press this bitch, Gabe, that's just been standing here in front of this store. And he has the nerve to question if I've been raising my Pokemon right. So we just squabble. The fight starts with Swellow versus Janice the Manectric. So the Swellow is gone with one Shockwave. The next matchup is Daisy versus Marshtomp, and the Marshtomp is gone with one Giga Drain. Then Shroomish, still a Shroomish, versus Mudkip. Take a guess. That's right, one hit, this time with an Overheat. The final matchup, Flintstone the Pelipper versus Numel, and the Numel gets surfed away. So I embarrassed Gabe. Make him regret ever questioning me, so they run off back home to Little Root. I do a tad bit of shopping at the store, and I try to help a guy get a drink.
Oh, I'm bone dry thirsty.
Should I give him a drink? No? Okay, fuck you then. Unless it's a specific one, I should give him. Fresh water. Is this what you want, King? Alright, you know what? Go fuck yourself. Alright, let's get out of here. Then I start going through the ocean. I'm starting to understand that fucking too much water comment from IGN a couple years back. Now where am I? Now I've gone too far this way. All I did was turn around. I didn't even get to fucking...
This has to be the place, but how the fuck do I get there? Oh my god! The natural flow, the natural progression of just playing through the game brings me here. Just to get hit, just to run into a wall and be like, alright, time to fucking backtrack, time to backtrack, time to backtrack. Pokemon Ruby, where is Dive? Steven.
Yeah, so I had some fun in the water. I then think that I need Dive. I learned that I get it from Steven, who I think is in Rustboro. Turns out this was for Emerald. But then I realized I was just getting ahead of myself, and I needed to go to Mossdeep. So I go back to Lily Cove and start heading towards the correct town. But thankfully, I got there pretty quick, and there isn't anything crazy going on in the town. I get to just walk into the gym and start working through the trainers there. Training up my Pokemon and getting ready for the 7th gym of the game. I'm pretty psyched for this gym fight. It's time. I start my next stream getting ready to challenge for the 7th gym badge. A very unique one, as there are 2 gym leaders in this one. I have to take on Tate and Liza, the Psychic-type gym leaders of Mossdeep. And I'm bringing with me the Hoenn the Anorith, Janice the Manectric, Pompey the Camerupt, Flintstone the Pelipper, Daisy the Breloom, and obviously Mudkip the Blaziken. So we start the fight. But man, I am worried. So the fight starts with Flintstone and Janice taking on their Solrock and Lunatone. Tough Pokemon, but it's the only 2 Pokemon I have to face this whole fight. So I bite Solrock as the Lunatone and Solrock both set up. I Ice Beam the Solrock too. Next turn, I bite and take down the Solrock, but Lunatone puts Flintstone to sleep. And bite the Lunatone around, but it then puts Janice to sleep too. I might be fucked. Lunatone puts my Manectric down to red, and my guys aren't waking up. Lunatone uses a light screen, but Flintstone wakes up and does almost no damage. I heal Manectric, but then they get taken down by 1 Psychic. Sucks. I put in the Anorith and surf the Lunatone, who heals themselves up all the way. I do some more damage, but the Flintstone gets put to sleep. Flintstone does a 1-turn wake up, and we finally take down the Lunatone. I get the Mind Badge and Calm Mind, so that's cool, but then I have to let Janice the Manectric go, putting them into the graveyard. A loyal dog will be missed dearly. I put Harley the Duskull into the team, keeping my team half male, half female, and start going on my very unmerry way. I go and find Steven, and he gives me the HM Dive. So that means, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we're going back into the water. Yay.
I think she's in the remix. There she is. I don't remember her.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Too much water. Too much water. Nothing died, but too much water. Like, all these Pokemon that jump out of you in the water that have fucking Confuse Ray. It's so annoying. Too much water!
Why are you fighting them?
Just trying to get to the next town.
Well, then run. That's the fastest way to get to the next
Dog,
town.
I want XP. I need XP to grind up this Pokemon.
Okay, fairs.
But it's like, fuck.
Dude, what the fuck?
Now that I'm ready to dive, I realize none of my Pokemon can learn dive. So, I have to go back, grab Dave the Tentacool, just to use him for his diving body, and put him right back to the PC. I start diving around and find the submarine that Team Magma stole, and find them hiding out in a cave, where I get a Zubat named Aaron. But I start working my way through Magma Grunts and simple rock and water puzzles. I finally make it to Maxie, and oh my god, Groudon. The continent maker himself. Okay, so I first squabble with Maxie. Have to deal with that. His Mightyena can't handle my Mudkip. Flintstone one-taps his Camerupt. The Hand and Flintstone tag team and take down his Crobat, defeating his dumbass. Then Maxie activates the blue orb, which causes Groudon to flee. And Maxie causes the sun to shine too harsh and is starting to dry up the water. Maxie finally realizes maybe he hasn't done the best thing. Everybody goes over to Sootopolis, and I follow suit, hoping to track down Groudon. I catch back up with Steven and meet Wallace, this town's gym leader. They guide me to the Cave of Origin, which is blacked out. I'm not wasting flash on a Pokemon, so I just struggle walking around until I find him. Groudon, the king of the land. I've spent my life in his domain. A beast of great power and strength and Gobi. Yeah, I just Master Ball it, obviously. I keep my Pokemon safe and get a much needed power boost to my team. So I named Groudon Shinjin, a Pokemon reference I don't actually understand. So I head to the PC and swap out Pompeii for Shinjin. Next gym fight's gonna be pretty interesting. I'm so excited, I'm practically wet for this fight. So it's time for the final gym leader. I've earned 7 badges through tough fights and determination. It's time to earn the final badge and show what I'm capable of. For the fight, I brought the newly acquired Shinjin the Groudon, Harley the Dusclops, which was evolved off-stream, I believe, Flintstone the Pelipper, the Hand the Armaldo, again, I think that was another off-stream evolution, Daisy the Breloom, and obviously, Mudkip the Blaziken. But now it's time to take on Wallace, the Water-type gym leader of Sootopolis City, the final gym leader of Hoenn. So the fight starts off with Wallace sending out a Love Disc, and I counter with the legendary Groudon, or Shinjin. A little unfair, but Groudon sets up the sun and one-shots the Love Disc with a Thunderbolt. But next round, I switch to Daisy as Wallace throws in Whiscash. And with the sun set up, I one-shot with a one-turn Solar Beam. Then Wallace goes Celio, sun's still up, so we go with another one-turn Solar Beam. That also one-hits the opponent. Now it's Milotic. Super effective hit, but it only does half health this time. The Milotic does a shit ton of damage with an Ice Beam. I can't tell if this Solar Beam will kill or not. Like, was that half health or not? So, since I was scared, I swapped to Harley the Dusclops, who tanks 2 Ice Beams and responds with a Shadow Ball, which doesn't do much damage, but does drop their special defense. Wallace heals up the Milotic, and I heal up Daisy. Harley tanks 1 more Ice Beam, and I go Shadow Ball, and then burn the Milotic with Will-O-Wisp. And try out a Shadow Punch, which does even less damage. I heal up Harley, who then takes barely any damage from a Twister. Thanks to the burn damage on Milotic, it gets to red, but then Wallace uses another Hyper Potion on Milotic. But that does mean Wallace shouldn't have any more. So, while taking Water Pulses and getting more burn damage on Milotic, Harley takes it down, finally, with a Shadow Ball. Took forever, but I needed to play it safe. I can't afford to lose anyone. Final match for this battle is Sea King versus Shinjin. Groudon almost takes it out with 1 Thunderbolt, but it wasn't quite enough. Sea King then uses Rain Dance and now goes first, and Water Pulses Groudon to almost half health. But it doesn't matter, as Shinjin knocks out the Sea King with 1 last Thunderbolt. Woo! We get the final gym badge in the game. We faced 8 of the strongest trainers of the Hoenn region and came out victorious against all of them. But we're not done. I've been in this position in a previous region and came up short. I can't get too comfortable or I will face that end again. But now we move on. We quickly surf and dive, fight some annoying ass trainers that I'm having to fight for the second time, because I lost a save file while off stream. Cool. Over on to Evergrande City, home of the Victory Road, a staple of Pokemon I famously love, but will endure. So, I enter Victory Road and almost immediately lose someone dear to me.
So, what I didn't know until recently, I found this out.
Holy fuck.
What just happened?
Oh, that was terrifying. This muck brought my Mudkip down to like 17 HP with a critical hit. Scared the fuck out of me.
So,
Alright, well, I heal and start going through this fuck-ass cave. Which, why the fuck does Victory Road have to also be a cave? That is the cherry on top. It forces this section to make me want to faint in a Nuzlocke in real life. And, oh great, there's also dark caves on this fuck-ass road. And I haven't taught a Pokemon Flash. Oh, and my strength user is in my PC. So now I'm having to teach moves I don't care for to my Pokemon to progress. Oh my god. Oh wait, I also have to give Rock Smash to a Pokemon now. Ah, damn! They clown the newer Pokemon games, but whoever decided to get rid of HMs deserves the world, man. I mean, this is my final team, and their movesets are getting fucked by these HMs that this game makes annoying as hell to get rid of. And we have another close call.
especially when you're fighting against a Pokemon that probably knows Quick Attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit's annoying. God, why does everything do so much fucking damage to camera? It can't, it's like, oh my, oh, and it doesn't do enough damage either to compensate. Oh my god. Why did my fucking,
Oh my god.
I guess Cadaver's special defense is decently high, I don't know.
I can't be switched out? Am I faster? Fuck.
Shift tree. I got a few things I can do for you. Harden?
Oh, I was faster.
Oh, you're not James.
Get me out of here! But while in the Victory Road, I bump into someone I've come across multiple times throughout this journey. Multiple fights, but I've always come out on top. Glad we can get one more fight in. Wally? Where the fuck is Gabe? We'll see him again later, right? Well, for now, it's time to handle Wally again. He throws out an Altaria, while Daisy is my first send-out. But I decide to switch to Pelipper, who one-shots them with an Ice Beam. The next match is Mudkip versus Magneton. I double kick, but actually only needed one kick to land to take that thing out. Then, we go to Gardevoir versus Shinjin. I throw out Groudon because I clicked through the dialogue and wasn't sure what Wally was about to send out. I Earthquake with Shinjin, and oh my god, the Gardevoir barely holds on. Wally uses a super potion? Brother, this is late game. Get hyper. But Shinjin finishes the job with a Fire Blast. The next match is Roselia versus Mudkip, so I use a Blaze Kick, which is boosted by the sun that Shinjin set up, so I one-hit the Roselia. Final round, Shinjin versus Delcatty. Nuclear Bomb versus Coughing Baby. Yeah, one Earthquake, the fight was over. Not only was the fight over, Victory Road was over, as I finally escape that fuck-ass cave. So I finally get to the Pokemon League and accidentally enter the Elite Four. I pull back up the previous save and play through to this point again off stream. I'm not letting my run end because I was too impatient to wait through some dialogue. But that means it is time for the final run of fights as I take on the Hoenn Pokemon League's Elite Four. If I'm not careful here, things could get dark. So, we start off with Sydney, the Dark-type Master, and the first fight of the Elite Four. For this run, I have Harley the Dusclops, Daisy the Breloom, Failsafe the Magneton, an off-stream edition to help with some type coverage, Flintstone the Pelipper, Shinjin the legendary Groudon, and obviously Mudkip the Blaziken. But now the fight starts. It's Mightyena versus Daisy. Ends with Daisy one-shotting that bitch with a Sky Uppercut. Then Absol comes in. Another Sky Uppercut one-shot. Then Shiftry is going to come in, so I throw in Mudkip, who takes it out with one double kick knockout. Got another switch as I go back to Daisy to handle the Sharpedo. Sky Uppercut one tap. Back to Mudkip to use a double kick to take out the Cacturn. And that defeats Sydney. The first Elite Four member has been dealt with without losing any Pokemon. Let's see if I can keep this luck going. But as I'm here in the Elite Four, place I've been before, I'm starting to see Ghost. Okay, so with no losses, I run in with the same team to take on Phoebe, the Ghost-type expert and second Elite Four member. Our duel starts with Dusclops versus Dusclops. Harley does a lot of damage with a Shadow Ball, but then their Dusclop kills itself with Curse. Next match, Shingen versus Banette. So I pop an Earthquake and take them out with one hit. Then Phoebe's second Dusclop comes out. I bring them to red with another Earthquake from Shingen. But then my Groudon takes an Ice Beam. Oh, well, that wasn't too bad. The Dusclops pops a berry to no avail as another Earthquake kills the Dusclops. The next match is Daisy versus Sableye. Now, while Daisy takes one good hit from the Sableye, my Daisy takes it out with two one-turn Solar Beams, thanks to the sunlight that Shingen set up. Now, Shingen versus Banette. Since I saw what happened last time I fought a Banette, I just repeat, killing it with one Earthquake. Man, half the Elite Four is down, and I haven't even really had a close call. Praying that keeps true as I keep showing that I got ice in my veins. So, team still intact, we move on and take on Glacia, the third Elite Four member, an Ice-type trainer.
Who's resting in? It looks like 35-ish minutes. Yep, it's over.
Sure, I'll be fine. The first fight is Mudkip versus Glalie. I bulk up to start with Glalie using a Light Screen. Then unleash a double kick and take out Glalie. Then we go with Failsafe the Magneton versus Celio. Oh my god, she is ice water types?
Alright, she does lead with the Dewgong. Level 54.
No, Dewgong, no. But anyways, I spark the Celio doing about half, and then Celio brings in the Hail, but then I take out the Celio with another spark. Okay, everything's looking fine. Should be good. I keep Failsafe in as she throws in another Celio, who takes the spark better than the last one. Failsafe tanks a Blizzard and then sparks the Celio to death. And now the Walrein comes in. I decide to heal up the Magneton, but then they take a Surf, negating the heal I just used. So I heal again, take a Blizzard, and go for a Thunder Wave, hoping to paralyze the Pokemon and help my other Pokemon take it out. But I get surfed first, losing Failsafe. You weren't here long, but thank you for your service. Risky play, but I put in Shingen next, who Thunderbolts the Walrein, doing about half health. But then takes a Blizzard and goes to 7 HP. So fucking close. I think I can just Thunderbolt again and take out the Walrein before it can hit me, but the fuck-ass loser uses a Citrus Berry, healing it up some. I make a risky play, keeping in Shingen and using Earthquake, hoping it can take out the Walrein. And it doesn't. The Walrein has a sliver of red health left, surviving, using Surf, and killing my legendary Pokemon. You will be missed, Shingen. We must mourn later. We have to win this thing for them. I put in my most reliable Pokemon, Mudkip, and the Walrein gets full restore. I fucking hate it here. I double kick, and the Walrein is in yellow. I double kick again, take out the Walrein. If only my dumbass put in Mudkip earlier, my Groudon would still be alive. I figured since both had type disadvantages, the legendary Pokemon would do better. I was wrong. It's now Mudkip versus Glalie, and the Glalie holds on after a double kick with the smallest sliver of red health possible, so they get full restore. and I double kick again. They get a critical hit this time, killing the Glalie and beating Glacia. Fuck me. I'm down like half my team now. Well, we go on to the next fight, I guess. Hopefully I do better this time, because the last one was dragging their nuts across my face. It's the best I could do. So now I just have Flintstone the Pelipper, Daisy the Breloom, and obviously Mudkip the Blaziken. It's the trio that's been with me the longest. No other three I'd rather have. Oh, and I genuinely forgot this when writing the script until halfway through. I actually still have Harley the Dusclops as well. Totally forgot about them. But now we have to take on Drake the Dragon-type Specialist, the last of the Elite Four. The fight starts with Flintstone taking on Shelgar, who fucking protects. Already doing bullshit. But I use an Ice Beam. I get a crit and take out the first foe. Then it's Flygon, who Dragon Breaths and paralyzes my Flintstone. Then Sandstorm. But then I get an Ice Beam off. Critical hit, taking out the Flygon. Now Altaria's turn. They Dragon Breath again, but then take an Ice Beam, getting one hit. Hold on, guys, something's happening. Another Flygon comes out, and due to the numerous Dragon Breaths, I use a full restore and take another Dragon Breath, but don't get paralyzed this time. I get paralyzed the next time, but get the Ice Beam off, one hitting them as well. Now for Drake's final Pokemon, Salamence. I'm scared, so I heal again with a Hyper Potion. Then Flintstone takes a Dragon Claw. I decide to use Ice Beam, thinking I could take another Dragon Claw.
Alright. Kyogre
Oh,
should...
crit! Oh, I lost a Pelipper. Fuck.
Oh, fuck.
So of course, I get fucking critted. Man, Flintstone almost swept Drake. If I just didn't get critted or had better paralyzed luck, he probably would have. So close. But I still have 3 Pokemon. We're not losing here. We will avenge Flintstone this match. I throw out Harley and try to Will-O-Wisp the Salamence in hopes of some chip damage for the rest of this fight. But it misses and gets crunched. So I heal, get crunched again, then try Will-O-Wisp again. But get killed by another crunch. Fuck. Harley's down now too. We're gonna mourn later. Now it's Mudkip's turn. My most reliable Pokemon. Time to deliver. I pop an Overheat. Since I know Fire is gonna be weak to Salamence, might as well use the max damage I could do with a Fire-type move. Salamence flies, taking out 2/3 of my health. I Blaze Kick, do almost nothing, then die to a Dragon Claw. I throw in my final Pokemon, Daisy, my sweet Breloom, and watch as Salamence eats a berry, healing up. Salamence flies, and it's over as Daisy falls. All those Pokemon gone because of me. Man, if I had a nickel for every time I get fucked up by an Ice-type Elite Four member that has some lame-ass Ice Water types that fuck me over, causing me to lose to the final Elite Four member, which is a Dragon-type specialist, I'd have 2 nickels, which doesn't sound like a lot, but the fact that it happened once was enough for me to want to fucking fill in the blanks. The run's over. The run's over. Now it's time to mourn all the ones I said we'd mourn later. Shit! My friend Jacob continues on the Nuzlocke without me.
Okay, I was gonna say, to my friend Brayden McClellan, rest now, brother. I have to watch, and I'll see you in Valhalla.
And of course, he finishes the job. Meaning, for the 3 Nuzlockes we've done together, he's 3 for 3, and I am now 1 for 3. And man, this is humbling. I first want to take a moment and remember all the Pokemon I lost throughout this stream. So, Rest Easy, Gaia the Geodude, Manu the Swablu, Gregory the Mightyena, Hustle the Machop, Janice the Manectric, Failsafe the Magneton, Shinjin the Groudon, Harley the Dusclops, Flintstone the Pelipper, Daisy the Breloom, and obviously, Mudkip the Blaziken. Hold on a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh my god. I hit the under for the amount of deaths I set to begin this Nuzlocke with. Hey, that's a fucking win. Hell yeah. Good teams win. Great teams cover. Yes. So, man, did I have a lot of fun in this series. Ended not quite the way I wanted, but still good to have gone on this journey. And while this journey is over, another one will be starting soon. So please join me as I take on Sinnoh next. I'm either going to be doing Pearl and Jacob's going to be doing Diamond, or if another friend is joining us, we're all going to be doing Platinum. So we'll see how that shakes out. Cannot wait to avenge this loss and beat my next Nuzlocke.
Hey, Braden.
Perchance? Where are we?
It's the Pokemon afterlife.
Oh, really? I just thought it was my backyard. Sure is getting kind of full in here. Oh. Hey.
Hey, man.
Sorry about making you come here.
Don't fucking apologize.
I know. It's just the part where you tell me it's not my fault. You don't blame me.
Oh no, we all blame you. Like, this is entirely your fault. I cannot believe you let us all die.
Jeez, dude. Okay, I was already apologizing for that.
Yeah, well, I'm still gonna be mad at you. And, like, you hated me when I was my first form. Like, since I was for 16 levels, you hated me.
Yeah, well, you fucking suck back then. And it wasn't like 16 levels. I got you at level 5, so like 10 or 11 levels.
Braden,
Yeah.
win it for us.
I'll try. I'll really try. Well, I can't stay here long, guys. I gotta get work on avenging all of this.
So, thank you guys so much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know how you feel about the format of these Nuzlocke recap videos. Maybe I can do something better next time. But yeah, comment anything down below. Hope you guys had a good time watching this. Like the video while you're down there as well. And subscribe to not only catch this video again when it comes out for the next one, but catch the streams too. Be more involved with the Nuzlocke as a whole. Maybe naming some of the Pokemon would be great. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah, I love doing this. I love doing this. Can't wait for the next one. Keep gaming. Fuck ice.